First, I would like to say thank you for coming out to celebrate with us on this morning. My name is Monica Palmer, and I'm the Operations Manager of the Goodwill Community Employment Centers here in Central Virginia. We are honored to have you with us today as we celebrate the reopening of our Community Employment Center here at our Richmond headquarters. First, I would like to acknowledge and thank the following special guests who are here with us today. The Honorable Dwight C. Jones, Mayor of the City of Richmond. Ms. Pinckney Epps, School Board Member for our 9th District. Michelle Mosby, 9th District City Council Member. Scott Sims, Vice Chair of our Goodwill Board of Directors. Our many community partners, our Goodwill associates who work so hard in support of our mission, and most importantly, our job seekers and representatives from businesses whom Goodwill Community Employment Center serves. Today, we formally celebrate the renovation and the reopening of this Community Employment Center. The center, like the others operated throughout Metro Richmond, provides a range of career development services to the unemployed and to the unemployed. Goodwill's Community Employment Centers also assist area businesses in finding qualified candidates for their job openings, as well as provide training options for their existing employees. A Community Employment Center can implement a path to job search success through the many resources like we have here: resume assistance, computer with internet access, one-on-one career counseling, computer and soft skills training, and connections to job vacancies and local employers. For the business community, we offer direct placement of qualified candidates and pre-screening service to identify qualified candidates to businesses. We offer space for interview and training, and not to mention relevant training courses to enhance employees' work's performance. We are a true community employment partner. This year, we will continue to serve our many business partners and build new relationships. We are also planning to serve 5,500 job seekers alone at this facility. A Goodwill Community Employment Center exists to make our community stronger, and we are proud to share this Community Employment Center with you today. After the ribbon cutting ceremony, we want to invite you for a tour and some refreshments. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of Goodwill, serving Central Virginia and the Hampton Roads area, Mr. Charles Lehman.
Well, it's good to have everyone here. We are very, very pleased that this is a good Monday morning. The rain has stopped a bit, and just a little bit ago the sun came out. So it's always good to have a ribbon cutting and an opening when you have some good weather. One of the things that Goodwill is about is getting opportunities in front of people who can then take advantage of those opportunities. When Reverend Helms started Goodwill back in 1902, he was really challenged with the finding in Boston where a lot of individuals had opportunity. They didn't have opportunity, but they had talent, they had ability. And what his challenge was to figure out how to put that ability to work. One of the things that he looked at was there was a real challenge with jobs. So what he did was he started what is known today as Goodwill Industries, a social enterprise. And that social enterprise has really been an economic development force. It is providing jobs, putting people to work, allowing individuals to find and to explore opportunities and to build their core competencies so that they can move on to be stronger employment opportunities and to be real strength within the community. And they become pillars within that community. Dr. Helms started that vision in 1902. It continues today. We have 165 Goodwills throughout North America. We are very, very pleased to be a very strong Goodwill here in the Richmond area. And one of the things that you will find in this center, as it opened back in 1997, 16 years ago, we were the first to bring what is really a comprehensive employment center to this region. We were very fortunate to have a number of partners. We had 16 partners that worked with us at that time. A number of those traveled up to Milwaukee to study how that new concept of a comprehensive employment center could really be the next step in delivering services. And what we found was that this combination of really taking individuals that are out in the community, partners who are working to help individuals find employment, build their strengths, and to be able to improve their employability, taking those and combining them among the talent of those various partners without duplication, so that they didn't duplicate one another, but they complemented one another. And by complementing one another, we were able to work as a team of partners to be able to really provide greater service, to streamline the service, and to get an individual from the point of unemployment to employment much quicker. Part of that was to start with the employers, to bring the employers to the table. And if you sit down with the employer and find out what the employer is looking for, it's a whole lot easier then to talk to the potential employee and find out where they're at, what their potential is, and what they're looking for. And then you begin to match that up. There's a lot of other pieces and parts to that, but that is really what has been going on. And we are so pleased that today we can reopen this center with new technology, with expanded partners, and with a lot more enthusiasm as we go forward, particularly as we're seeing the economy a little bit on the upswing. I'm going to introduce the mayor. He's probably going to talk about some economic development things, hopefully, but maybe not, but as he looks at me. But one of the things that we're excited about is being here in the city of Richmond. Very excited about this location. Again, we moved here from Churchill 16 years ago. We have been able to provide a significant number of services. We hopefully will be able to place over 600 individuals out of here from the city of Richmond that are able to use this center. We know that all of our centers have served over 17,000 individuals last year, and we know that we have placed well in excess of 1,700, actually 1,778 individuals were employed last year through our services. So we have that challenge. We want to continue that, and we want to make sure that we can be here and continue to be a service to the community, and we can only do that through your participation and through the participation of our partners and the partners that we have both at the city as well as in the community. I am going to introduce our Vice Chair of our board, Scott Sims, and have him say a few words from a perspective of the Board of Directors of Goodwill. Scott?
Thank you, Charles. And on behalf of the Board of Directors for Goodwill, I want to thank you all very much for being here today. Your presence means a lot to us, and I want to thank you for what you are doing to help support us. You know, as a board member, I'm honored to be a part of this organization. This organization continues to serve this community on a day in and day out basis. You heard Charles just a moment ago mention that we served over 16,000 individuals in our community. And we placed nearly 2,000 in employment. Those are big numbers. Served over 16,000 and placed nearly 2,000. That's a big deal. You know, I think a lot of people think of Goodwill of what they see in their community. They see the retail store. But this community employment center, this is the fabric. This is the DNA of Goodwill. This is what we are about, placing people in employment. So with that, I want to thank everybody for all of their hard work in putting this employment center together, bringing it to life, because it's making a difference in our people's lives. Really, really is. So it's important. With that, Charles, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Scott. It's my pleasure now to introduce the mayor of the city of Richmond. Just a word, I wanted to make sure that We are very, very excited. I did have the chance to serve on the Mayor's Anti-Poverty Commission, and as part of that, a couple of things that really were very important. Number one, the Mayor is very concerned about economic development. And as we all know, economic development is how we get new jobs, how we grow the economy of the city and the community. But it's not just getting those new jobs. The Mayor is really concerned about the population of the city of Richmond. And the Anti-Poverty Commission was really looking at not only do we bring somebody in and create some jobs and hire folks who come from around the area, but how do we create jobs and how do we really work with the population in the city for all in the city, everyone in the city. And Mayor was privileged to serve on that commission. I appreciate that opportunity. And let me introduce the Honorable Dwight C. Jones, Mayor of the City of Richmond. Mayor.
Well, good morning, everyone, and it's a delight to be here today for this wonderful occasion to open this wonderful employment center and to express congratulations to Goodwill for all of the good work that they do. And so we want to say to Mr. Lehman and Mr. Sims, thank you for the leadership that you're providing, and to Goodwill for all of the good works that you're doing to help us in the city of Richmond. I'm happy to be joined today by Michelle Mosby. She's the 9th District Representative of City Council. She's doing a wonderful job, so let's give her a round of applause. And I had the opportunity to drive down Midlothian the other day in the driving rain, and had the first opportunity to not need a boat to get through here. And it was really nice to see the vast improvements to Midlothian that have taken place, and that is going to be an incentive for businesses and homeowners and persons to invest in this area. I'm delighted to be here, and actually most of what I had to say was said by Monica. She kind of read my notes and stole my speech. And so thank you, Monica, for doing that for me. Now I don't have to do it. But I do want to say that we have a deep commitment to the least of these, the persons who are underwater, the people who are suffering the most from the downturn in the economy. And when we hear economists talking about how things are turning around, and when we hear the assertions as to what the unemployment rates are, all of those need an asterisk by it, because it has to be interpreted. The upturn in the economy is ever so slight, but it's being seen not by those at the bottom, it's being seen by those at the top and those in the middle. And when I hear about the unemployment numbers that are reported in the news, it's important to recognize that those are averages. And you here at Goodwill, and I, in my work, see people who really would not even believe those numbers. Because when you look at numbers in various sections of the city, when you look at numbers in various sections of the community, when you look at the numbers with minorities, you find that the numbers are at least double or more what is reported in the news media. And so it's important for us to interpret the deep nature of the problem that we face. In Richmond, 1 out of 4 individuals lives below the poverty rate, and for that reason, I did create the Anti-Poverty Commission, and we thank Mr. Lehman for being a part of that. And the Anti-Poverty Commission is designed to mitigate or find strategies that might mitigate poverty. It didn't just happen overnight, but ours is the first administration that decided that we were not going to ignore it, but that we were going to look at it square in the eye and see if there was something that we could not do about it. We came to the conclusion that we cannot do it with programs. We cannot do it with handouts, but that the only way we really can do anything about poverty in the city of Richmond is to expand our tax base. And we expand our tax base through economic development. And so when you hear about these programs that are coming to the city that we are sometimes spending taxpayer dollars on, our motive is to expand the tax base by bringing in persons or projects that will eventually provide the opportunity for jobs and the opportunity for us to have an expanded tax base so that those who are unemployed, those who are underwater, might have a fighting chance in the city of Richmond. And to that end, we have concerned ourselves with providing jobs, not just any job, but jobs that are needed, jobs that are available, jobs where people can get employed at a good and at a market rate. And so if we don't need welders, then we don't need to train welders, but we do need welders. And so we need to be training welders. If we need people for particular vocations and skills, that's what we need to be doing. And sometimes people are going out and getting certifications and getting education and paying thousands and thousands of dollars only to find out when they complete it that it's not needed. And so our job is to find out what's needed and then craft programs that will allow persons to be able to leave the program and get a job because they have a marketable skill. And for that reason, we're delighted to be here today to share in this wonderful work site, to allow people to find jobs. And I was listening and talking to Mr. Lehman a little bit earlier on, and I got a good education about all of the things that Goodwill is. And my knowledge was vastly expanded because I think of Goodwill, I think of retail stores. But I understand that it's so much more than that. And that is a good thing for our city and for those who are in our city. So for that, we want to say congratulations to you and to thank you for being on the case of helping individuals find employment. We cannot rest until those numbers come down in earnest and in truth. We cannot rest until people have the opportunity to receive the kind of training they need in order to get the jobs they need to support their families. We cannot rest until our men and women in the city of Richmond are able to take care of their own families. There is nothing that gives a man more dignity or a woman more dignity than to be able to earn an honest living. And we want to make that available to them in any way that we possibly can. Now, you know I'm a preacher. And there's a book I like to read. And it says that inasmuch as you have done it unto the least of these, you have done it unto me. And so today I think that we're on target. Today I think that we're doing the right thing. And today it gives us a great sense of satisfaction to know that we are helping those who need help the most. So congratulations, Goodwill, on a job well done. And we look forward to cutting this ribbon. And we look forward to hundreds, if not hundreds, thousands of individuals being uplifted because of the work that you do. Thank you so much.
Now for the moment we've been waiting for. If I can get two associates to come up and join me to hold the ribbon, please. These will officially cut.
Well, let's bring the ribbon over here. Get your hands on the ribbon so we can.
We'll count down, everybody. Help us with this. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Mike Winkler, Vice President of Workforce Development here at Goodwill. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out this morning, particularly the Mayor. Mayor Jones, thank you so much for joining us today, and Councilwoman Mosby. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today is the start of a rebirth of our employment center. We have been here since 1997, and we thought it was about time for a little bit of a facelift. So if you can stick around, we'll explain to you how we're changing lives and helping people help themselves through the power of work. We'll be offering tours, and our staff will be on hand to explain to you exactly how we do what we do to help individuals find employers in our community and find jobs. So thank you again.